Oh, hi everybody, here we go, just popping up out of nowhere. My name is Rowan Sanderson. I am the CNO, Chief Nutritional Officer at Bella+Duke, and this is Kismet, the water dog. Kismet's appearing by popular demand, and she's trying to make up in some part for the absence of Alison Frost, one of our super moderators, who unfortunately can't join us due to, there you go, Kismet's getting rid of some flies for us as well as we speak, who can't join us due to some technical difficulties. So, better late than never. Here we are, Kismet and me, and we're going to talk to you about a natural approach to fleas and to ticks. So before we dive in, we're just going to put Kismet on the floor because she's quite heavy and very, very warm. So, okay, this is quite an easy one actually, and it's one which gets kicked around. I was really looking forward to sharing this space with Alison Frost, who's lovingly known as Frosticle. Alison's a bit of an expert, and for those of you who don't already know her, do introduce yourself to her in our Facebook group. Alison's been a moderator with us pretty much from the beginning. She works with our good friend Jude McCoy. Alison is known as the High Priestess of Labradoodles. If there's something that she doesn't know about Labradoodles, it's because it's not worth knowing. But today, we were going to talk to you about natural approaches to fleas and ticks. Wow, this is such a problem. And when you look at some of the chemicals which are promoted at the vets, it's actually really scary. As a potential selling point, when I went to the vets the other week, they said, oh, and we recommend you take this. It's so strong, it's going to kill all fleas potentially on your dog and deter them for up to 3 months. I was like, wow, can you imagine how strong a chemical needs to be to put in your dog for it to go out of the skin, for it to kill other things that touch its skin? We've known for quite some time that that these kind of strong chemicals can actually create leaky guts in your dog, also known as intestinal permeability, for those of you who like the medical terms, and because of that, it can help contribute to basically itchy skin. It can help contribute to, we believe, immune disorders, and certainly to food sensitivities and even allergies. So wherever possible, we try to look after our dogs holistically. Sure, there's times when we definitely need to get to the vet and we might need something as draconian as antibiotics, or we might need some surgery or something like that, heaven forbid. Vets do a really good job and we love them, but where possible, because we also love our dogs, pointing to Kismet, who's now fast asleep because she's that interested, we like to avoid chemicals, treat our dogs naturally. We do have a product which is all about a natural approach to fleas and ticks. It's a much more of a slow burn. Please never expect any natural solution to be instant. We don't want that. What we want is to build your dog's immune system up whilst improving their resilience and the way they smell to potential invaders such as fleas and ticks. Now, Alison and I both discovered only a couple of weeks ago that both Kismet and one of her dogs had a rogue flea. It's kind of normal. It happens all the time. There's zero stigma around it. It's just what fleas do and it's what dogs do. The thing is to act swiftly. Now, what I hadn't realised before is that up to 90% of the flea problem could be in your house. So if you've got carpets, to quote our friend Frosticle, basically you've got to hoover, hoover, hoover. Now, literally, fleas absolutely love soft furnishings. They're like the interior decorators of pests. They love a soft furnishing. A rug, I discovered I've got a kind of what I thought was funky animal hide rug, which I'd bought from when I lived in South Africa. I got it back here and found it was basically Flea central. So the golden rule is treat your dog and your house. Now, there are some ways to treat your house. You've got these things called diatomaceous earth. Now that's basically the fossilized remains of tiny sea creatures. You can sprinkle this all over the house. Now, word of caution with this. Okay, word of caution is it needs to be food grade, because if you or your dog breathe it in, you can get some kind of silicosis in the lungs. Personally, even though I've got food grade, I prefer to avoid this option, and I would go with a combination of a couple of things. Find a natural household flea and tick repellent spray. Open all the doors and windows in your house. Spray everything your dog's been in contact with, and then hoover consistently everywhere. Now, the next part to this, and this is part of the magic sauce, is use some bicarbonate of soda as well, just to be super safe. Some bicarbonate of soda, you can get it on the internet, super cheap. Sprinkle that everywhere into your soft furnishings. It's not going to damage them. Then hoover that off the soft furnishings. Meanwhile, you're going to need to wash some things. If you want to break the life cycle of these things coming back into your house, then basically wash all your bedding. Now, if your dog sleeps in your bed, you need to wash your bedding. Wait for a nice sunny day, do it all at the same time, get some cool music on, feel empowered, and just deal with it. Now, so we've covered a couple of things here. Now, how are we going to treat the dog? Well, there's lots of natural flea and tick repellent collars on, some which have some essential oils like lavender, citronella. That's really good. A tip Alison gave me was what she likes to do is re-add essential oils every couple of weeks just to keep them topped up. Now, this natural product that we've been using, there's been some really good reports on it. It's called Ticked Off. It's both for fleas and for ticks. It's got a combination of apple cider vinegar in it. It's got a little bit of garlic in it. Now I'm going to come back to that, and a little bit of echinacea. Now the apple cider vinegar and the garlic in combination, what they do is they help both change the smell of your dog, as in the odour that comes through its pores, P-O-R-E-S, not P-A-W-S, the odour that comes through its pores to make them less attractive to fleas and to ticks. And it also helps improve their gut flora so that they've got more resilience to any kind of parasites or things like that. Now the echinacea, as we've always known, is something which actually raises your dog's immune system. So like this, we're taking a really holistic approach. We're getting rid of the fleas in the house. We're getting rid of where they can actually lay their eggs. We're making the area less hospitable by actually dusting with either some diatomaceous earth with caution or some bicarbonate of soda, and we're treating the dog holistically with a natural repellent. Now, if you cover all of those areas, then typically this works really well. There are people who report, oh, an amber collar works really well. I love an amber collar. The dog looks great in one. They're expensive and there are varying reports on how effective they are. But this, I guess, is something you want to be really aware of, is lots of people get frustrated when there isn't just a single quick chemical answer to this. And the point is, if you want to avoid putting a chemical that's potent enough to kill things which come into contact with your dog's skin, then there is no quick solution. This is just like a simple lifestyle maintenance thing, which over time bears dividends. And hopefully, if you keep it up, you can actually stop them reoccurring. Most of the people in our group, and on that note, please do come and join it. It's a really welcoming community. Zero judgment, zero bad questions. Everybody's there to help each other get along. There's a really strong and solid track record of people being very effective with treating both fleas and ticks naturally using this methodologies. One of our super people who works in the content team, Andrew Linford, has very kindly promised to put some links in the show notes here on the product if you want to see more about that. We've also got, if I do say so myself, a really good blog on how to use our avoider. Hi everybody, there's some great messages coming up here. It always brings a big smile to my face to see everybody joining in and all the positivity. Okay, Becky, Becky Steers, I can't read your message because it's slightly longer and it's been compressed for some reason. So, where am I? So there's been some really positive feedback on all of these methodologies. And if you want to read about a 5-step comprehensive way of dealing with ticks, come and read about the avoider plan. Andrew's going to really kindly pop that in the links below. You can read about that. I've spoken to everybody about this. I was speaking to Dana Scott of Dogs Naturally magazine. She really liked it, and in fact she interviewed me on a podcast about it. And you know, as she said about this, it was particularly with the ticks, as long as we're being vigilant and we're getting them in 24 hours, we can be really relaxed about it. And especially if you're feeding dogs raw, what happens is it naturally boosts their immune system and keeps them normally healthy enough to repel anything like that. Do we sell a garlic supplement? Yes, we do. In the ticked off Joanne Miller Saipe, I hope I pronounced your name correctly, there is a little bit of garlic. Please read the dosage instructions carefully. There's a little bit of echinacea, and there's also some apple cider vinegar, which is our trilogy for dealing with fleas and ticks. So if you've got any questions, please do leave questions below. Come and join our group. If you've got other ideas, come and share them with us. Help us all learn. We're all about the journey. What's the name of the podcast, please? It's the Health and Happiness Podcast, Bella+Duke. If you go onto the Bella+Duke website, there is a link, and on there, if you look under podcast, they are all there. And I think Andrew's going to really kindly pop that in the comments below as well. Now, here's a question. Here's a polite request. We're not experts. We never want to be experts. We are always open to learning. So if you've got a piece of the health jigsaw, or you know something that we have not covered in either fleas or ticks or in our avoider plan, please just jump into the group and share it. There's nearly 12,000 people, if not 12,000 people. It's the friendliest group I have ever had the luxury of working in. Help, come and share, come and learn, come and share, come and help grow the group. We're all about improving pets' lives. It's the kind of thing we get out of bed for. So on that note, I'm going to wish you all an amazing evening. I look forward to interacting with you in the future. Ask questions, come and contribute, and good luck. Let us know your success stories with getting rid of fleas and ticks naturally. Bye now.